Hey guys, TheHatchetFish here, and welcome to Fishy Fridays number 4. 1 month of Fishy Fridays. Quick off the top of my head, I gotta remember this gameplay. It was only earlier today, but it's quite late already. I'm using the MK48 with the hollow sight, and something else. I'm gonna go with foregrip. I'm not sure if that's even a thing. I only just started using it. You can tell by the camo I've got on it. But nonetheless, it's a fun gun. I hadn't touched the LMGs before. A lot of people running around with the LSAT. So I decided why not try it out. And it's actually a lot of fun, and this game's pretty decent. I think it's 22 and 6 and something like that. And that's the gameplay. And yes, I do have Bouncing Betty. The first gameplay I have had with a Bouncing Betty. I think I only get 2 kills with it. I just kind of throw it on flags and run away. I don't know, the LMG is not much of an aggressor gun, but I found a pretty decent way of using it in a similar method. It's kind of just as a, cautious advance, and like supporting teammates is pretty good at it. You need the distance between you and the other person in general, however. So keep that in mind if you're going to be using it, and all in all, it's actually a lot of fun to use. I'm quite used to being them very, very cumbersome and essentially shit, so it was nice to have that happen. And yeah, the gameplay is Yemen or something, and it's all good. My secondary is anti-air. So, what happened this week? Honestly, I've been kind of busy just doing stuff this week. The GDC happened. I don't know too much from it. I know there's a bunch of PS4 stuff I'm going to try and dig out here. Yeah, so the controller doesn't look as stupid as it did before. I still don't like the dimpled thumbsticks on it. I'll try to remember to put a link in the description to the article I'm looking at. Yeah, it looks pretty similar. It's got a light on the back that connects with the PSI, which I don't have and don't really like, and I'm hoping it's optional. And it changes color depending on how many players it is, so instead of like the 4 lights you got on the top of your PS3 now, seems like you're gonna have different colors for different players. Whether or not that means more than 4, I doubt it, but it's a possibility. The touchpad is clickable and has multi-touch, which is, pretty much essential and awesome. And yeah, that's pretty much all the interesting stuff on it. There's a bunch of PS4 specs which they could release because it is the Game Developers Conference. It's for people who know what's up for the most part, so they talk about the RAM and the speed and how it's easy to program because of the memory. And yeah, the PS3 is probably the hardest to program for in the current generation. Just because of the way it's so terribly made. It's not easily accessible. It's not undoable, obviously, because you can tell the great games that came out for it. But it's really hard to make efficient, as far as I've understood it. So that happened. Activision released some awesome facework stuff and what they hope the future will look like. And Metal Gear Solid 5. They're not bringing back Snake as a voice actor. Which blew my mind. It's gonna be a new voice actor that they haven't confirmed yet who it is, and I don't know, that's genuinely surprising me. They want to reboot the franchise essentially according to Kojima, which, yeah, I guess I don't really know where they could have gone from 4, really, but still, I don't know. I grew attached to that franchise a bit, so it kind of sucks. No sign of the 720. Probably at E3, which makes me doubt release this fall, and I know personally I hope it's not this fall, because I would quite like all of this generation as it comes out. It'd be fucking magical. So if it could be Wii U when it was, then PS3 4 a year later, then the Xbox 720 a year after, I'm down. Give me some time to get some money. But yeah, is the PS4 unbelievably powered? No. But it's enough, and when people say the graphics don't look that differently, let me clarify something. Graphics aren't going to be the only upgrade. The raw power of the PlayStation 4 and the next generation of consoles, the key part is where it comes in is what it can do. So if you think about mass games with a lot of on-screen characters in it, I'm trying to think of something. Whatever, let's just take Assassin's Creed 3. They had living cities, right? And you had to load into the city and such. Maybe not on that scale, but on a smaller scale, they could have that complete open world always going if they wanted to. It may compromise some other parts of it. I don't know how it all works yet, because 1, I'm a noob at programming, and 2, No one knows quite yet, really. So in the long run, I'm thinking it'll just make the living world theory possible, like what Bungie's saying they want to do with Destiny. The next generation seems to be giving them the ability to properly do that, and I really hope they can, because that would be amazing. But yeah, so this game's going pretty well right now for me, which was blowing my mind. This is the first game I hopped on to play today because I realized I didn't have any footage, so it's a little awkward. But channel news this week is BioShock Infinite. I started that. Videos are actually doing very, very poorly, which is a little surprising, but I think I'm going to continue in it because, you know, Dead Space did pretty poorly, and I still continued with it. I don't know. Walking Dead has been doing pretty well, all considered. I'm actually out of episodes to upload, so I'm going to have to record some of that. But yeah, expect just more of the usual this week. Those two games, the Dead Space finales are going up intermittently. I haven't really been putting them up because no one gives a shit. The ending's all out there, so it's really just as it comes right now. Whatever I need to do. And yeah, in a little short run, everything's looking good. The university trip I made to visit my friend was awesome. University's great. We met a whole bunch of new people that are actually really awesome. And yeah, I don't know. This week was just good. I did get a book. I got a couple things to talk about that I got real quick. I got two books. They're Walking Dead books. I got The Rise of the Governor and The Road to Woodbury. They're not graphic novels. They're not TV shows. They're like literal books with Robert Cookman and Jay Bonazinga. I can't pronounce his name. I'm gonna try that well, but that's besides the point. I've been reading Rise of the Governor first because it's first, and it's really good so far. He was all Duke Nukem on the zombies for a little while, and it's really interesting to see where that character comes from, because if you follow The Walking Dead, it's kind of confusing how fucked up he is, and it's not nice to see, I guess it's the wrong word, but it's interesting to see where that all came from, and how he became the governor instead of just Philip. And then the other thing I got, not yesterday, but the day before, which I actually put a video of, without commentary, is Initial D Extreme Stage. I'm holding it right now. It's a Japanese game, came out in 2008. It's a racing game that follows... I don't know if it follows the anime or the manga. Sorry, whoever out there is going to get mad. Manga. But I don't know which one it follows more because I actually don't know it. I just know of it and its music, which is awesome. It's just nice to have that kind of music. You don't hear it very often over here. If you want to go check it out, I'll try to remember to put a link in the description once again. It's just a couple of the replays, and it's really awesome. The car, when you play it, it turns rather weird, and it feels abnormal, but so you drift. Because I believe the D in Initial D stands for drift, not dick, as some people may think. So the replays end up looking really cool, and we get the two cars going side by side around a corner. Shit looks epic. Doesn't really hold a candle to GT5, but GT5 was never really my thing. So, it's all good. And the 8.6 is just such a sexy car. You can't even be mad at a game that has it. So, you know, it's all good. But yeah, that was an interesting find. I went to a retro store downtown. I guess I shouldn't really call it a retro store. It's got everything, but it focuses on the retro games, and it's fucking awesome. And downtown Toronto, by the way. And they just had it. I just pulled it up by accident, and I just had to get it. It cost me quite a bit of money, too, considering it's technically an import game, right? So, but damn, I was pretty excited. But yeah, in terms of games that are coming out soon, I don't really know. But you can expect to see more BioShock, more Walking Dead, and every Friday, some good old Fishy Fridays. Gotta remember to get that protein in that fish. And that was terrible, but besides the point. I'm running out of things to talk about, because honestly, I'm really tired and don't know what I'm doing. You'll be catching that drift on most of the Fishy Fridays, I think, because by Friday, it's just boring. But it's Easter weekend. Hope y'all have a good one, and you know, spend time with your family, spend with your friends, and I'll see you guys later. enjoy this nutshell.
Your will has given you strength.